Welcome back to the channel, guys. Tonight, since it's race time still, I think there's no better time than to do something different and make a video for new players, basically. People who are just starting the game, where maybe this is like your first race, or maybe by the time you find this video, you'll be starting the game, meaning you don't even play yet. I want to go over a panda farm. I have a panda farm right here. All these pandas, that's what it's called to me and to Google. It's called a panda farm, and I want to teach you how to make one. And I guess we'll just talk why we make it. Because since I have 4 free workers, I figure that's a perfect opportunity. I cleared some space. I want to go ahead and say the first step is you gotta use a worker to get you a habitat. When you come over here to the habitats, a panda is both fire and nature, but what you want is you want nature habitats. And the reason why you want nature habitats is if you look at a fire habitat, its maximum gold is only 1,000. If you look at a nature habitat, its maximum gold is 7,500. So what you want to do is you want to make nature habitats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 4 of them. As you can see, they're really fast. So it's not going to take you very long to get started on this. Um, we're just going to make 4. I think that will serve its purpose. Alright, once you have the 4 habitats, the next thing you want to do is work on getting the monsters that you need for breeding to make pandas in the first place. What you do is you come over here to the shop, you go to monsters, the rarity, you click common. Make sure your gem purchases over 20 is off in the game so that you don't accidentally click any of those big time monsters that you've seen before. But you come over here, you want to buy you Tracer, and then you want to buy you a fire star, which means you will have to make 1 fire habitat, which it's a good thing that we came here and figured that out. So let's go ahead and move this to make room, since we're going to need a fire one just to hold our breeder. Alright, let's go to the shop. Habitat, buy 1 of these, and we're gonna put it right here. Alright. Oops. Yes. Alright, then once your eggs are ready, you want to hatch them. We're going to place it there. We're going to place it right here. I guess you got to do them one at a time. Alright, now in order to breed these guys, they have to be level 4. So you're going to want to feed them up to level 4. Alright, that one's level 4. This one is level 4. Then what you want to do is you want to come over here and you want to breed. Whoops, actually I'm wrong. We got to breed on this bad boy. Let's bring it over here. Alright, so this right here is your breeder. You want to breed. Find those nature fire guys. Mine should be at the bottom of the list. So you just scroll down, and then once you find your guys that you just bought, there's the one we just bought. We gotta scroll up past all these level 1s and find them right there. Okay. Start breeding. Now the reason why you do these is because they're so fast. I have a breeder guardian active, so mine take 4 seconds. Yours will take 30 seconds. But once you have them, you hatch them. There's the first panda. Then you just click repeat. And it's going to be super fast, which mine may look fast, but it'll be just as fast as yours because of the 30 seconds. Now I call this making green eggs and ham, whereas the panda is the ham and the other egg is green. But since I only have 2 hatches, it's going to take me a little bit of time. But the main reason why we're doing pandas and not something like Tarzapes or Friedels or anything of the such like that is when it's hatch time. See how that has 3 open sockets? That's good. That means we want to keep it. So that he made it into the farm. We're going to put him over here. We're going to name him G1. Alright, then we're going to come over here. We're going to sell the green eggs. And just try again. Whereas a Tarzape or a Friedel takes 6 minutes to hatch. That is a very long time compared to 30 seconds. And it matters because we're trying to keep just the 3 socket eggs. Meaning when this panda is ready, we're going to check it and make sure that it has 3 sockets. If it does not have 3 sockets, we are going to sell it. So let's hope that it has 3 sockets. Alright, we're getting pretty lucky. So we're going to come over here. It's even able to go right with its buddy. We're going to sell this one. And we're going to keep doing this process. And once you have 2 of them in there like that, you can upgrade the habitat. And it takes no time at all, 1 minute to upgrade that. And that's going to allow you to be able to get more gold. Now, once I believe the habitat fills up with, I think, 33% of gold, or it might be 25% of its gold, one of these gold bar icons will pop up above it. When you click a gold pop-up button, in the top right corner you get to collect all icons. So that's how you can collect your gold from your pandas once you have enough of them. Let's not fall behind on what we're doing here. Once they're upgraded, you just click the star to collect. That's your experience icon waiting to be collected. And now it can still only hold 2, and it can still only hold 2 again, but it's going to take 2 hours almost to upgrade it again. So for the sake of this video, I'm not going to upgrade it anymore. But it can collect now 13,000 gold before it fills all the way up, meaning you can wait and that will fill up with up to 13,000 gold, but after that it will not collect anymore until you take it from it. Alright, now you see how this panda only has 1 socket? If we were doing Tarzapes or Friedels, we wouldn't keep this either because it can only hold 1 rune, and it's very important for trying to make gold is that you have 3 rune slots. And the main reason why is because we're actually going to invest food in leveling them up, and you don't want to invest in something that's less than something that was way better, that was just a couple of clicks away. So we're going to sell it. Why? Because it takes no time at all to make pandas. That's what makes pandas the best money maker in the beginning of the game. And for a very long time, if you even look at my account, I've been playing 10 months and I still have pandas. Now, yes, I've been deleting some pandas, but not at the rate that you would think, meaning I only delete them when I get like a new mythic or a new legend that makes a lot of GPM that takes their place. That's when I delete them. So it's going to take me a while to delete them all, which means since I'm going to have something for 10 months, I don't want it to be mediocre. I don't want it to be garbage when it could have been great. It could have had 3 open sockets. If it has 3 open sockets, if you come over here and look at one of my pandas, that's what you can do with the 3 open sockets. You can start putting runes in them. Now, if your panda farm can only hold 2 pandas, I recommend using plain gold, not team gold. But once you can hold 4 pandas in one habitat, it is extremely better to have team gold than regular gold, because since it's being multiplied by 4, since you have 4 members in there, it actually adds up to more gold per minute than regular gold runes were. And that's even going to work for later on when you get farther and you're mythic farming the same way you were panda farming. When you come over here to my mythics, I am still on the regular gold runes, meaning once my mythic habitats are all starting to fill up with 4 monsters, it will be my duty and obligation to start buying team gold runes and changing these runes to team gold. And we would hope to upgrade all the 6s to 7s, meaning if they don't upgrade to a 7, we wouldn't switch runes yet. We would just leave it as it is. Alright, back to the pandas. As you can see, not 3 sockets. That can become very tedious, but it's going to be worth it, guys. You're going to have these pandas for, if you're free to play, you're going to have them for at least a year would be my guess. If you're not free to play, you're going to have them until you replace them with something better. Maybe you're going to, breed something that makes more gold, like a Fireliquin or whatever, the legend. That's an easy to breed combo that's given out, so I mean, You could do that for more GPM. I'm just saying it's going to take you forever to do that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get these pandas. And since they're so quick to make, there's no sense in settling for anything less than 3 open sockets. Now, if you were doing Tars Apes that took you 6 minutes to hatch, it would probably take you a year alone to make just all 3 sockets. That's how long they take. Friedel's same exact way. Now, they do make the same exact gold per minute, but another thing that gets interesting is that if you rank a panda, see how my pandas are ranked 3? That actually makes their gold per minute go up, meaning a regular panda that's not ranked 3, that's only ranked 1, maxes out at level 40, I think. Is all rares, they stop making any more gold per minute at level 40, and then the only way to make them make more gold per minute is to rank them up. And once a monster is ranked, it has to be max level of that rank to start collecting the extra gold per minute, meaning the next level that you would start collecting more gold than 40, I think, is 65. That's my guess. It might be 55. It's been a long time, but maybe we'll level up one of these pandas and find out. I will have to collect some gold. So, rinse, repeat. This is how you build a panda farm. Now, during a race, why this is great is because there's going to be rank rares very often in a race, and there is no better time than to rank up your panda farm when you can gain points in another event while doing so. So that's why this is a great time to learn how to make a panda farm, is during a race. Even if you're been playing a while and you feel like you're not making enough gold to do your quest, maybe it's time to start making a panda farm. Meaning, ask yourself, does this monster make more than 150 GPM a minute? If it doesn't, if you're holding on to a bunch of random weird, rares like this Vape Whirl guy, he makes the same exact gold as a panda, but he's also took a lot longer to come across, meaning a panda, you can start making pandas like your first day playing this game and just start upgrading and upgrading from there. Now, what I recommend to do to get your gold runes is wait for them to go on sale. But if you're unlucky like I was when I first started playing, I had to wait until gold level 2s went on sale. Just like how they are right now. My very first gem purchase in this entire game was not to buy a legend. It was to buy 120 of these Team Gold level 2 runes. That cost me 240 gems, the same price I could have used to buy a monster. But it allowed me so much GPM in the beginning that I was able to grow food, feed my guys, rank them up, start beating the adventure map. And I did so and continue to do so until I flew through Adventure Map. I flew through ranking up all my temples, and I felt rich. And I neglected and actually forgot about my GPM until I brick-walled at level 77 in Adventure Map, and then was like, what do I do now? And everything felt slow, and everything felt hard to make. And then I just went back to my gold permitted, and that's when I started, putting more runes on my pandas, started ranking my pandas, started feeding more pandas, whereas I do not recommend that you just feed a panda to max. I recommend that you try to space out your levels amongst all your pandas. Meaning, like right now, how we only have like 2 pandas so far because I've been so unlucky with these rune slots. But I mean, that's going to show you exactly, hey, you're keeping the panda for 10 months. When you see one that's not 3 sockets and you're starting to get aggravated because you've been doing it for a half hour and you've only made 10 or 15 pandas, just walk away from the game for a second. I'm telling you, you're going to keep that panda forever. Treat it like it's a legend. Treat it like because that's a perfect way to treat it. Why? Because they just released mythics, which make the legends not even feel that good anymore. So your pandas are going to be the same way. One day they're not going to feel good anymore and you're going to have to get rid of them. But you're going to use them for a really long time, so you might as well treat them like they're legends. Meaning, you get happy when you breed a legend, you get happy when you buy a legend, you better get happy when you breed a 3-socketed panda. That's a legend. That thing is going to make you so much gold. If you've played for 10 months and it makes you 154 GPM a minute, I mean, how many minutes are in a month? I'm not going to do the math right away, but I'm telling you, that is a lot of gold that the thing is making you. That's a legend. That's a legendary status. And if you're going to play free to play, you've got to reap all the benefits from everything that you can. Now let's hope one of these is at least a 3 socket. Otherwise, I might as well fast forward through my video because it's not going to work the way that we want. Okay, how many do we have so far? Let's go over here and feed some of these, see what they can start making. So let's say I don't have that much food, guys. I got 31K. That might be around how much you guys got when you first start out playing. So let's just keep it at 5. What do we got? 34 GPM. How much does it go up at 6? It goes to 40. All right, 40 sounds perfect. Let's come over here to this other one. We're going to rename him G2. Why do we do this? Just so we can keep track of how many of them we have. That's all. And we said we would take him up to 40 GPM. Boom, level 6. And we're spacing out that 30K. So we're technically going to build a panda farm for less than 40K food and less than, what, 10K gold? I'm not sure how much gold did we actually spend, guys. We bought 4 habs. So we spent 1,000 gold on habs, and we leveling them up all once, which costs 10K. So we're spending 11K plus the fire one to start out. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about 11K gold, 30K food, and you got a panda farm. How can you beat that? Tell me how you can beat that starting out. You cannot beat that starting out. And then you just keep progressing it, guys. That is all you have to do. And one day it's going to look huge. It's going to look like this. You're going to have 4 pandas in a spot. They're going to be jacked up. Look at that, 120%. That's 120% is more than a pass. The pass is giving people double gold, guys. If you're free to play, the only way you're going to be able to keep up with double gold is to make your monsters produce double gold in another way. How's the other way? You put them next to these things called boosts that support their element type, and then you just put gold runes on them, guys. It is that simple. But the trick and the cool thing about a panda is, since it's 2 elements, meaning it's fire and it's nature, you can put fire and nature right next to it. So let's assume that you've gotten a little farther in the game and now you can make them. They're very hard to move around. But let's say you can make just 2 of them. So we're just going to imagine that we made 2 of these bad boys for our panda farm. We made a red one and we made a green one. Alright, so you've made your 2 of these and you've put them right in the middle of your panda farm. Now they get plus 20% each because they can get a benefit from the fire and they can get a benefit from the nature. So when I come over here, I'm getting 40 gold per minute with a boost from these guys, and then all I have to do to rune them up is buy gold runes. Now hopefully, if you're very lucky, you start playing at just the right time, or you've been playing and you start to make a panda farm at just the right time where gold level 1s go on sale, and instead of costing 500K, they cost like 200-ish K. And if you've been playing maybe for like a month when that happens, or 2 weeks when that happens, you might have a decent bit of gold to invest in it because of all the pandas that you made in that amount of time. How do you know how many pandas to make? Make as many as you can possibly hold. Meaning when I go and look at how many habitats I'm allowed to have, I myself am allowed to have 95 habs. Let's say you were only allowed to have 20. You would want to make sure you had all 20, and then you would want to try and get 4 monsters on all 20. I understand that it takes a very long time to level up habitats. Do not try to just level 1 habitat to 40, guys. Like how I leveled this one to 2, the next step is to come over here and level this one to 2. Then the next step is to come over here and level this one to 2. And then the next step is to come over here and level this one to 2, and so forth. And then the next step would be to take this one to 3, that one to 3, and so on. Like, you don't just go to 1 and max it all the way to 4. Why? Because it's not actually going to pay you as much money as doing them. I guess, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but it's doing them all in sequence. Wow, I am so unlucky with the hatching 3 sockets. Which goes to show you that it's, you know, that would make them valuable. Nothing that's easy is ever worth anything, guys. So if it's taking you some time, it's going to be worth it. You earned it. So don't think that just because you didn't invent the panda farm, I didn't invent it either, guys. I found it on Google when I was like, man, how do I make more gold on this game? I need more gold. So I went to Google and I typed in, how do I make more gold? And I seen, oh, you make a panda farm. And then that was it. I just read up on it and was like, how do I make a panda farm? Figured out how to make it and started making one. It was super simple. Now you guys know how to make one. Let's just hope we can get some of these dudes. Whereas, okay, another mistake that I made right away, which would be a common mistake that new players would make, is did you see how I put both pandas in the same habitat? Don't do that. Spread everything out, guys. You have to spread everything out. Meaning, let's move him over here to the one next to him. Now the reason for doing that is because that just cut the time it takes to fill the habitats up all the way with gold in half. Meaning they would have filled up twice as fast if you put them both in there, which means if I go to bed, they're going to max out twice as fast, meaning they're going to cap, they're going to have all the gold in them they can hold. Whereas now that I split them up, I double the amount of time that it takes for them to max, allowing me to get more gold while I sleep than I would have if I kept them in the same one. And that's the same logic that you want to follow as you go around and do everything, meaning be patient and work it all as a unit instead of trying to just go all in on one. That's not going to pay you the best results. Also, if you're desperately needing your pandas, don't hesitate to keep this bad boy busy all day. If you have to breed pandas all day, do it on a breed event. Over an event always going on. Right now it's the food event. All right, what you want instead of the food event is when it's the breed event. That's when you should do this. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I was new, I didn't know how much gems were worth, and I knew I wasn't buying them, so I was willing to do anything I could to get gems. And the breed event would come around, and I would sit and make these green eggs and ham with just one breeder all day for like 10 hours and make top 5K in the breed event. Meaning I was only playing for like less than 2 months and was able to make top 5K in a breed event. Why? Because I just sat and did this all day. Yeah, it's boring, but I'm one of those people who I'd rather grind. Like, I'd like to grind things out. I'm not as great at boss fights as I am at grinding things out. Alright, so also, say you don't want to keep selling your eggs, maybe because technically it is a waste. What you can do with eggs is you can extract them for cells. I don't know how many people don't know this, but you can come over here to the extraction, and let's say you're getting that green egg that you don't want. You just come over here to the green uncommons. I only have one, so it won't let me extract him. You need two of a monster before you can extract. Let's check this guy. Wow. Alright, so say you got some pandas and you want to know how to rank them. I didn't tell you that part, how to rank them. What you want to do with all these eggs that you're not keeping. Alright, let's go up here. Alright, so let's see. You don't want to keep this egg. You would normally sell it. Alright, instead of selling it, we put it right over here. His name is Hesty. I'm just gonna name him X because we don't want him. We want to execute him. So we come over here to the extractor. I'm not sure, you might have to be level 10 or level 20 before you can have access to this lab. It's been a long time since I was a noob, and I have no intentions of making an alt account, guys. I like to get things right on the first account. There's no need for me to be making another one. So I come over here, find that panda that we named X. There he is. We start extracting him. Yes, I want to extract him. It takes very little time, guys. 6 seconds later, I get 50 panda cells. Voila, just like that. Now those panda cells, I can use to rank up those pandas. Say I want to rank up, what panda did we make? We made one and we named it G1. Let's go scroll down and find G1. Right there is G1. Say I want to rank him up. I need 120 of them. That is 3 pandas. meaning every 3 duds is enough to rank one of my pandas. Just save the cells and do it during a race. Then when the quest comes up that says rank rares, you just go real quick and you start ranking up all your pandas. It'll take you like, I think, 6 seconds a panda. I thought I was going to make a full panda farm for you guys, but I guess it's been so long since I made pandas that I forgot. This little fire star has already collected too much gold. He's filled up the habitat. So I guess we'll level this guy up. We'll make one more panda. Extracting while doing the eggs will keep you busy and make sure that you're using your free time to constantly be doing something to progress your account. Also, it's worth noting that if you're just starting out, 2,500 gold is a lot of gold to make in just 50 or just 30 seconds of making an egg, guys. That's very valuable in the beginning. I forgot to name my G3. So I come on over here, G1, G2, and G3. Also, not just ranking your pandas during a race, you also have the quest to breed rares come up, and that is a great chance to start breeding your panda farm right then and there. I think a lot of players end up with a panda farm just from trying to have pandas to breed and pandas to rank during a race for easy points. After like lap 20, you won't really see any more panda quests, but still, it only takes 10 laps to unlock the race monster, which means any player on a race team that's making pandas or green eggs and ham is going to be a huge help to getting the 10 laps. Just stay online and make your panda farm and you will be a huge help to getting the 10 laps on your first race team so that you can get the race monster. Yay, we finally got our 4th one. We're going to come over here. We're going to do the process, and this is going to be the last one that I'm going to make for the video, because I think if you haven't figured out what to do on how to make a panda farm yet, just leave a comment and I will do my best to help you on being able to get started on your very own panda farm. Alright, G4. Come over here and sell my last egg. That, guys, is how you make a panda farm. Now let me go through and spend my 30k gold and see, or 30k food, and see where that gets me. Let's take him to level 9. We're at 58. Is there enough to do 10? Now see, I would hope that instead of taking 4 to level 10, you would take 20 to level 5. Or you would take 30 to level 2, 30 to level 3. Whatever you gotta do, as many pandas as you can possibly have, the better your panda farm is gonna be. More pandas equal more gold. Higher levels is something that's less important than the amount of pandas that you have. So, at level 10 they make 64, which is a decent chunk. I would not try to get to 10 right away. I would try to get you 40 level 7s. That would be a great start. 40 level 7s, I think. If you have 40 pandas and they're all level 7 and they're all 3-socketed, you're on a great start. I would be impressed by that. So, like I said, if you have any questions on how to make a panda farm, how to reap the benefits from it, just leave the questions in the comments. This is a look at what the pandas look like when you're done. Now, when I come through here, they usually give 70k, that's the max, but I've recently collected them. But if you don't collect them and they're sitting at 70k, you are technically wasting gold. So that's why I have to come around and collect them so that I don't waste the gold that was there. Now they can fill back up again. It takes these bad boys no time at all to fill up. If you watch, let me pick one. you just see that gold just zipping up. They're already at 400 and some, and I just collected them. So, I mean, it takes probably 15 to 20 minutes, I think, for mine to fill all the way up. Yours won't be that quick in the beginning, but they will be eventually, guys. That is the steps that you take to making a panda farm. I hope that it helps get you started making money. Now, let me talk about why you need to make the money. You need to make the money for these daily quests. As you level up, these daily quests require more from you, meaning I have to feed 270,000 at my level. I'm not exactly sure when the caps are. They might be every 10 levels, I think. But so let's just say every 10 levels, this cost to how much food you have to feed is going to go up. You do not want to be in a situation where you don't make enough gold to grow food on your farms, because that's how you actually grow food, is with gold. If you come over to a farm, it's going to ask you, like, I can't afford 5 million all the time to be growing food. One day I hope that I can. One day I hope that I can all day long basically be able to click 5 million gold and grow food. Just like one day I hope that every single monster that I'm wearing, or every single monster that I own, has a level 10 team gold on them, and they're in a habitat that's got 4 monsters, and that habitat is next to a boost where all the boosts match the monster's element type. That's the actual goal. That's what you're trying to accomplish. It's going to take forever? Yes. Will you probably quit the game before you accomplish it? Yes. But along the way, you will be making way more progress than anyone who's not doing that. I promise you. So stay tuned tomorrow for a different video, guys. I hope that helps you new players. Most of the content I've been putting up was not targeted at new players, so I thought it was good to take a little curveball and throw something at new players. Hit the like button if you like what you've seen, and I started making you rich. Awesome. Tune in tomorrow for a new video. Later.